How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris, and welcome back to the F1 24 VCARB career mode. And today we're going on to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix for yet another sprint race weekend, which also means for qualifying. Y'all don't know I made this decision around the second sprint race where I would pretty much change the qualifying from the usual knockout round qualifying to one 18-minute session. It adds a little bit more interesting moments that can happen in the race or whatever, or in the sprint, because the sprint's shorter than the race. So it just adds a little bit more to it when we do it that way. So that's mainly what is going to happen today when we head to Azerbaijan. However, before we head into Azerbaijan, let's talk about the last race in Italy. Last race in Italy, we started P4 in the race, and in all honesty, the car was good enough to get on the podium. And shortly after, Charles was able to get around his teammate and Russell. He kind of just ran away with the lead for a little bit, and we sliced and diced our way through both Sainz and Russell at one point, and we were in second. We were looking to finish second until Charles Leclerc ended up blowing up, and that ended up costing him the race lead and eventually the race win, because in all honesty, if he didn't blow up, he would have went out there and won a race. But we pushed on through, and we ended up pulling away after a little bit. Pit stops was just phenomenal. Team did a fantastic job. We got out ahead of Russell, Sainz, and Hamilton by so much more. Battles were still going on everywhere. Hulkenberg DNF'd, and at the time I did not know, because Ricardo didn't finish one. I was like, damn, did he just lay down and have a good race? Well, one of the main reasons was because he got held up by Hulkenberg when he blew up. So that was one of the main reasons why he didn't finish well. But after all was said and done, and we just kept pulling away, and Sainz and Hamilton kept fighting, we ended up going on ahead to win the race and take our third career win of the season. So it was definitely a win that was much needed, I guess you can say, and a win that I was actually able to enjoy without anything bad happening in real life. But coming out of that race, Max Verstappen still leads the championship, now ahead of us in P2. With our win, it put us ahead of Leclerc, who is now P3, but he's still not out of it. We're only 27 points back from Verstappen in P2. Leclerc is in third. He is 44 points back in P3. And he got a gap to Lando in P4. And then you got Hamilton in P5, Fernando Alonso in P6, Sergio Perez in 7th, Carlos Sainz in 8th, George Russell in 9th, and Oscar Piastri in 10th. And then you have Lance Stroll in 11th, Ricciardo in 12th, Albon 13th, Gasly 14th, Bottas in 15th, Ocon 16th, Magnus in 17th, and then it is Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent without a single point scored in 18th, 19th, and 20th. Zhou did come close in Italy to score some points. However, his teammate Valtteri ended up scoring more points in the Kick Sauber, which is the reason why Kick Sauber are now at 4 points. And Albon and the Williams ended up scoring points as well, which is why he is now at 10 points as well. And then over on the constructor side, Red Bull still lead ahead of Ferrari in P2. However, they're only ahead of them by 45 points. Not a whole lot. And then you got McLaren in third, Mercedes in fourth. They're closed the gap on McLaren. We're fifth. We're still in it. We're only 30 points down from McLaren, and only 13 points down from Mercedes. Then you got the Astons in 6th, Williams in 7th, Alpine in 8th, Kick Saubers in 9th, and the Haas F1 team in 10th with one measly point. So that is the standings and how everything is kind of going. And before we jump into anything else, here's the specialist requirements, I guess you could say, or specialist goals rather. Another two out of the ordinary. I thought they were fine compared to last episode, so that works. But yeah, so this race should also, if things go to plan, we should gain enough experience to get to experience 20 and have an awareness of 83, and maybe our pace will go to 84 and our focus maybe go to 81. We just have to time everything perfectly, or just put on a good race in Baku. It's pretty much all we have to do. But we should get some upgrades, which is the tire blankets to control electronics. So go on ahead and advance through time. And we do get both, which is nice, especially that chassis upgrade for the tire blankets, because tire wear has kind of been a pain in the ass for us. And
okay, mate, I'm pleased to say that
we
our
really
new
haven't
parts
been able
have
to
come through
purchase
without any issue,
any
so they'll be
upgrades
on the
of our
car,
own.
ready for the next race weekend.
And McLaren just keeps slipping down the order, man. Shit, not looking good. But yeah, I still don't really have I don't have enough to really get this, which I want to get the redesigned brake ducts, but I can't. But yeah, the tire blankets does help us out over on the chassis side, so that is good. We're now even with Williams over there. And our engine, we're even with Red Bull, Kicksauber, and the Ferraris, so definitely good on that part. And Ricardo's kind of just doing everything durability-wise, as I can't really do it a whole lot with the resource points that I have, so I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I ain't got nothing, but Ricardo's got 4 upgrades. I'm kind of lacking behind, so that's my main excuse. But now it's time to head into the Baku City Circuit for the the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. So I'm gonna go ahead, hop into the race weekend, do practice and do qualifying. I'll meet all of you guys in the sprint. It turns out I forgot that in 2024, Baku got rid of the sprint race weekend and it was just a normal race weekend. Yeah, I only found out after the fact.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku, and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today. So our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully out of the barriers. Baku City Circuit then. It's an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Perez, Russell, Hamilton, Stroll, Albon, Gasly, Ocon, Leclerc, Bottas, Ricciardo, Joe, Magnussen, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Smith. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish. But let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Big pressure at the start of the race, Crofty, for all of them up and down the grid, no matter where you are. But the drivers these days, they practice, practice and practice. They have rigs with them at the circuit where they can sit down with the actual steering wheel from the real car, and they've got lights that they react to. The clutch paddle is tailored around the driver's hands, around their fingers, so they can have optimum position before they start. So there's so much thought and effort that goes into getting these cars off the line.
All right, rolling off P20 today. Not an ideal starting position. However, there is a main reason behind it. I ended up changing all the components on the car. So after doing that, I was expecting to start at the back of the grid anyways. I changed every component besides the gearbox. Well, I ordered new ones other than the gearbox. Only to find out that I really only need to do the ICE. But if I was to do the ICE, I may as well do the whole car. So, yeah, and especially for Baku, you definitely don't want a worn-out ICE. I've had that a time or two, and it hasn't been the prettiest. I can tell you that much. But a quick little qualifying recap. When we went in to start our lap, we got told the grid penalty that we would have, which was 30 places, which, because of the fact that we didn't order a new gearbox part, it was a little bit shocking. But, you know, in all honesty, I was fine not making out a Q1. So when we came across our finish line and I found out we were P18, I was like, you know what, that's fine. You know, I don't really need to stress about a whole lot, and when it comes to the main race, I can just go all out, especially with a brand new set, especially with a brand new opponents. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And yeah, the big shock to me was Lando getting knocked out in Q1 with me. So yeah, and Lando's been consistent, except this time around, not so much. But yeah, so quick qualifying recap, but not bad either way. But we'll take a look at the race strategy here. It looks like they want me to do a one-stopper from the mediums onto the hards. And my tire management is actually pretty damn good. So I can actually shave off like 5 seconds. But now that I think about it, hold on a minute. Let me actually start. Should I? Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to start on the hards. Interesting. I think I'm going to try this strategy. I think I'm going to go on the hards all the way until lap 18. Or should I do lap 20? Because I can manage my tires really well. So I'm thinking if I just do the exact same thing on the hards. As a matter of fact, it's still quicker. Let your boy cook. Because this might actually work. So we're going to go that. We're going to go hards onto softs for today's race. This is the first strategy that I'm thinking might actually work. We're going to be slow. But that's okay. I'm fine with being slow. But everyone's going to go hard and fast. And I'm just going to manage my tires. And pretty much when I get to the end of my stint, everybody else is worn out their new set of rubber, which is a new set of hards, essentially, at that point. So, or pretty much their new set, or their set of mediums that they're running, depending on how long they decide to run them. So, we're at the back of the grid, but may as well try some things and see if they work. So, yeah, let's go on ahead and jump into this race and let us see what we can do with this. Let's go. So it seems like I'm not the only one that decided to go with the start on hard strategy. The McLaren, almost the Mercs, the McLarens of Lando and Piastri are actually doing the same thing too. I wonder who else throughout the field is doing it. But I don't think they're going to go as long as I am.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time being.
Yeah. But like I said, if I can manage my tires well enough, maybe when we go onto the softs, it quite literally will not be that bad. And I think we have a brand new, yeah, we have a brand new set, so that won't even hurt us in the end. If anything, it'll do us some good, but we also have to take into consideration if there's going to be like any red flags, which, knowing Baku, that might happen. Because Baku's notorious for some crazy moments and a lot of safety cars and red flags every now and again. We'll see if that's the case this time. And front wing end plate just fell off, saw someone's car. I couldn't quite tell who it was. Hulkenberg's going at it on Norris. Normally I would try to force the issue and like make something happen. Not this time. I'm trying to be as cautious as I can be. Because I know what these AI are capable of doing. If I could pass them on the straights, then that'll be amazing for me. Kind of just broke loose coming out of the castle section.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Didn't lose any positions. So that's good. Okay, now we can make some overtakes here. Because this main straight's gonna be my best friend all day. Start with Oscar first.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
There's Oscar. Now we're just gonna try to go after these guys one at a time. And you wanna know what else we're gonna do? We're gonna save our tires as we're doing this. And if I know I can make a move on somebody, I'll take advantage of it.
Caution, caution.
Oh, trouble ahead. Oh, shit.
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow
It's
flag
Sauber.
ahead.
It's Joe. Well, he ain't gonna score points this time around.
Okay, clear.
Big rip. Lionel's going for it on Hulkenberg.
Okay,
There
no
it is,
issues
Joe's
with
out.
tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
But because of that, it kind of split us a little bit. There we go. Almost got him. Hit the curb. And there we go. We got Lando. Oop. Trying to get better at not missing that corner, and then I miss it. We're gonna get Hulkenberg before we even hit the DRS straight. We're not gonna have enough ERS, but the DRS will help. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to help me. And there we go. We won't have DRS off of Magnussen, but it's okay. Because if I could just do what I've been doing throughout the practice sessions and even what I was trying to do in qualifying, we can stick with Magnussen and Sargent ahead. We're just gonna have to force Magnussen to pass Sargent. Force the AI to go for the move when they don't wanna. Or force them into a mistake, rather. Going after K-Mag now. Don't have enough ERS, but I'm gonna try to out-drag him. Which we do. Entering one. It's another Haas down. Now it's time for American compatriot Logan Sargent, and Charles is having a fight for his life up there. Holy shit! Trying to kick Sauber and Stroll. He's fighting Bottas and Stroll. Jesus, Leclerc.
Okay, mate. Sargent's ahead of you. Right, let's go.
Okay.
Let's try and get past them and put them on the back foot. Push, push.
So even though Sargent's ahead of me, they still want me to overtake Ricciardo before lap 10. Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna try something cheesy. Stick behind Sargent, then activate ERS. That did it. Okay, so I might just need to do that more often
Good
than
job.
not.
Nice overtake.
Up to 13th. Now we have 4 laps to pass Ricardo. We got 3 to pass Ricardo, but yeah, Leclerc and Ocon just went at it. I'm surprised the Alpines qualified as well as they did. Not expecting to both get into Q3. So we're kind of at the point now where everyone's tires are slowly going away, except my own, because I'm managing them to the best of my ability. And then I smack the fucking curb and almost lose it, but we're good. How good are my tires? Yeah, that's not bad. They're still hanging on. I'm not gonna be able to get Ricardo here, but I will try to get him next time by. Overshot turn 1 a little bit. My bad. My fault. Alright. We can get Ricardo right here.
Nice work. You smashed it. Really good job on hitting
Well,
that
he's
target,
coming
mate.
back because he's got that slipstream off of Bottas, and I got nothing. That was almost bad. Holy shit. Took too much curb. But I got the spot, so that's good. So right now, Leclerc's still fighting for position up there. I think he's fighting Gasly now, because he dispatched Russell. Now we'll kind of have to see how this all pans out. The leaders are kind of driven away, but I wasn't really expecting to get past all these guys that fast. Bottas, wow, we had a terrible exit. Oh God, where is Bottas going? Oh God. That's 1 spot to pass. I did not think Bottas would mess up his exit that bad. Holy. Well, we're up to 12th. I think Bottas's mediums were falling away, so that's why he made that. So that's why that error happened.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I'm gonna try this outside move on Stroll. Ooh, I slowed it down just enough so I didn't hit the back of Ocon or Russell. Holy fuck. That was close. But these two are fighting in front of me, and I'm kind of terrified. Don't know where Stroll thinks he's going, but he ain't gonna fucking pass me. He literally can't even get around these two ahead of us. We got Russell. We're in the points.
Nice move. Good job.
Just bided my time and fucking got him. Now, our attention has shifted. Oh shit. Has shifted to Ocon. Because Russell now is falling away. But if I can put that 1 second gap onto him, which I think I can, he's a sitting duck. Yeah, we pulled away to a second. Now he's a sitting duck. And so is Ocon up ahead of us. We get him here. He's gonna drag race us. But with our speed and the DRS, we will take 9th away from him. Wow. Took us 10 laps, but we're up into P9, baby. Now let's try to go run down Gasly. Because I think we can. I just gotta hit my marks and run them down. I know we can
The
too.
gap to the car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap. Get your head down.
I just want everyone to know the gap was originally like 2 seconds to Gasly. Now it's a second. Just under a second. This fucking thing. This car reminds me of the Singapore rocket ship that we had in F1 2020 and 2021. God, I miss that car, man. The Singapore rocket ship was insane. This car's just reminded me of it all the more. We got a fast lap. God dang.
Fastest lap of the race.
I think we can get Gasly on this straight. Maybe. Oh yeah, we're gonna fly right around the outside of him. Try not to pinch him. And there we go. P8.
Okay, mate. Lap times are a little erratic at the moment. We need consistency, so let's try and stabilize them.
Well, I think we'll be okay. I know we will. So I could definitely get that average lap time over the next 4 laps. Trust me. All right, the first round of pit stops are happening. Leclerc and Albon. What the fuck? I just not realized Albon was 6th. What the fuck? Hamilton, Alonso, and Verstappen also come in. Sainz is the leader.
Daniel's in for his stop.
Perez, as we know, is 2nd. Daniel is in. Wow, okay. So now the main question is, are we going to be able to run away from the leaders that are on this strategy because of our hard tires? Or are we not going to really be able to do that? Well, we're sure as hell going to find the fuck out if we can or can't. I'll tell you that right now. As I almost just slammed the wall. Almost knocked the fucking wall down. Let's not do that. Sainz, the leader, is in. We got the slipstream of Perez. He's obviously coming in, but we're gonna get around him. Purple the final sector once more. Gasly, I think, came in. He did.
ERS is low. ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD.
I mean, I did kind of use all of it, so
corners to recharge it.
I did use all of it on that straight, which is why it's low. So that's why. Now we're the race leader, and we got Max, Alonso, who could possibly win this race. Sainz and Hamilton behind us. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do a new segment called Take a Ride with Chris, where I will take you guys 1 lap around the track without saying anything, and just let you guys enjoy the sights and sounds of the VCARB F1 car, and also just maybe if you want to learn the track and you don't want to go into like testy mode or whatever and the F1 game, just go ahead and take a ride around and I'll show you. I'll start at next lap, but it's a new thing I want to do. And Verstappen isn't close to me, so I can 100% get away with it. Here we go. The start of Taking a Ride with Chris.
Yes, mate, we hit the target.
And
Nice
that has
work.
been a lap with
Okay,
Chris.
we're approaching the pit window.
Or right
You're
around
gonna
with
be on
Chris, rather.
softs.
Or right around a lap with Chris. And call it whatever you like. We'll think of a name. Let me know what you guys think of it. I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd implement it in. And Charles took the fastest lap from me. By almost a tenth. You piece of shit.
Okay, the pit window's open, so let's
All right.
box this lap. Box this lap.
So we are going to come in this time. Put on those softs all the way to the end of the race. It's either be a good or a bad decision. It really just kind of depends on how everything goes. I mean, our tires aren't that bad, but the rears are starting to give me a lot of shit.
Okay, mate, we need to save some ERS, so let's use all the techniques you know about to charge it up.
They're not bad, but it is getting a little bit annoying to drive this fucking thing half the time, I swear to God. Having to upshift before I really need to. And I got Max Verstappen hounding me. He would
Oh, great
love
stuff. You hit that target.
if I made a
Really
huge
good
ass
job.
mistake and handed him over the lead. Which, I mean, I'm going to give him the lead regardless because I got to pit this time. But 18 laps on hards. We're just going to see how we go on them softs. See what kind of distance we can
Remember, box
put
this
onto
lap.
these boys.
Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach.
I'm talking about the
Make sure you
guys that are
don't speed.
behind, like Hamilton and shit like that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make it even harder for Max to try to get around me by using my ERS for a little bit and then just diving into the pits. There we go. Alright. So, pit stop time. Charles is 15 seconds back from Lewis. Holy shit.
Okay, off we go.
we
Back
go.
into the race. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop
And we
time.
come out
We're happy with
just
that one.
behind.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
We come out just behind Charles and in front of Albon. So now we're going to use all the techniques that we know to not only save these softs, but to also go run Charles down and take that fifth position. And if we can catch Hamilton too, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, me not using my ERS right here is very strategic of me to do that. But the minute I get within DRS range of Leclerc, everything changes. Everything. Okay, so we caught Charles. It didn't take long. It took less than a lap to get him. We purpled sector 1 as well. And we're gonna purple sector 2. Yeah, we're so fast on these softs right now. I got a boatload of ERS, and I'm gonna have DRS on him too. So we're just gonna preemptively sneak up on the Ferrari. And we're gonna pull to the left. While having a lot of ERS to blast past the Ferrari and take back our fastest lap.
Good work. Great pass.
And there we go, P5. We got 6 laps to try to catch Hamilton. I think we might be able to do that in maybe like 2 or 3 laps. Because these softs, they're something else.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 5.6 seconds.
The gap to Hamilton will slowly come down. If I'm thinking this is going to go the way that it's probably going to go, that gap's going to slowly go down. Slowly, but surely, it will. Once we get to Hamilton, there's only a 3-second gap to Alonso, and he's on the podium. We might steal it. We might even steal one from Sainz, too. Because they're close to each other, and they're backing each other up into Hamilton. We're now within the DRS range of Hamilton. We won't be able to pass him this time. We are within range. Definitely won't be this lap that we can complete the overtake.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate.
We might not be able to catch Alonso or Sainz ahead, but that's if they fight each other hard enough. But because of the Aston Alonso's been in this year, or this entire season, looks very unlikely. That he's going to make a move on Sainz at all. We just closed the gap to Hamilton by a lot right there. I see Verstappen on our mini-map. Now we have a shot. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Do the exact same thing we did to Leclerc.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the
P4,
car
baby.
ahead by. 3.0 seconds.
There's 2 laps. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them. I think I might be able to get to them on the last lap, but I would need another lap to pass either Alonso or Sainz. Just judging by how long it took us to get Hamilton, which was about 2 laps, so about the same amount of time. Looks like I find speed elsewhere, but I would need to find a lot more speed in Sector 1 in order to have a visible chance at him. Kind of messed up the exit of that corner, though. Yeah, I'm trying to savor as much ERS as I can on this straight. I don't want to use too much, but I'm only using a little bit to try to stay somewhat ahead of Hamilton.
Final lap of the race. Final lap.
We're now on the final lap here at Baku. Just imagine if these two ahead got to fighting.
To drop back. There's a gap beginning to
Again,
form.
like I
Let's
said
make the
before,
most of
I don't
it.
think it's going to happen because of the Aston Alonso's been in this season. Unless he gets a massive run on Sainz. I mean, he did that time, but the speed difference between the Ferrari and the Aston's pretty fucking big. So him taking the fight to his fellow Spaniard is kind of thrown out the window at this rate. Get a nice little exit out of that corner, but it's not gonna really mean a whole lot. Well, gave it my all. Max Verstappen takes another dominant win. Sainz and Alonso are gonna complete the podium, and even though it's not a podium, holy shit, we were the star of the day. Last to 4th. Holy shit. What a drive. Drive of the day. You know, I was expecting that. Holy fuck. We pulled a Sainz, holy.
It's another victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
Well, I can safely say that the strategy worked wonders today. Just what a What a fantastic car this was. I mean, we got close to getting on the podium. That I can't be frustrated at. We got very, very close to get on that podium. If I had one more lap, especially with how close I got to Alonso there at the end, one more lap and that would have sealed the deal for P3 for us. But just, what a fantastic race. Last to fourth. I can't even be mad at that. My hands hurt so much. Jesus. What a drive though. But congratulations to Max Verstappen. He takes it yet another win here in Baku. Carlos Sainz finishes P2 and Fernando Alonso P3. I don't know if that's his first podium of the season or if he's gotten more in the past, but if this is his first podium, not bad for him. We come on P4 with the fastest lap. We were 2 seconds quicker than Max. So, and that was at the start of the stint, but we kept that going throughout the rest of the stint, even when the tires were falling off a little bit, but we're still able to get close to Alonso there at the end. We got it to under a second, which is crazy. Lewis 5th, pretty good performance from him. Leclerc 6th, good job. Albon with a P7, so big, all the points for Williams with that P7 from Albon. And then Perez in 8th, Ocon for Alpine in 9th, and Lance Stroll finishes in 10th. Then you got Gasly in 11th, Ricciardo 12th, so he came close to points, just wasn't meant to be. Norris in 13th, Bottas 14th, Magnussen 15th, Russell with a god-awful day in 16th, Sargent 17th, Hulkenberg 18th, Piastri in 19th, and Zhou Guanyu 20th. Bad day for McLaren today. I love how in real life they dominated and won in real life, and then they finished 13th and 19th. It's absolutely insane. We're checking out the standings now. Max Verstappen extends his lead at the top of the championship ahead of us now by 39 points in P2. And then you got Charles Leclerc in 3rd, 61 points back. Lando Norris in 4th. He just keeps slipping and slipping. Fernando Alonso in P5 now with that podium ahead of Lewis in 6th. Sainz in 7th, Perez in 8th, Russell in 9th, and Piastri still in 10th. But not a good past couple of weeks for, or past few races for McLaren. Not good at all. And Stroll in 11th, Ricciardo 12th, Albon's 13th. He is very, very close to passing Ricciardo now. He's only 1 point off, and he could probably beat Ricciardo in the driver's standings, which is terrifying to think about. Gasly 14th, Ocon 15th. Bottas 16th, Magnussen 17th, and it is still Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Logan Sargent without a single point in 18th, 19th, and in 20th. Constructors-wise, Red Bull lead by 48 points ahead of Ferrari in P2, and then McLaren in 3rd, with Mercedes closing the gap on them in P4. And we close the gap on them as well in P5. Aston Martin in 6th, Williams in 7th, Alpine now 8th. They're out of the single-digit numbers and into the double-digit. The Kick Sauber's in 9th, and the Haas F1 team in 10th. So that's how the constructors are looking like. If we can have good performances for the remainder of the season, we could pass Mercedes and McLaren come season's end if McLaren still continue to have terrible races, and if Mercedes doesn't continue to live up to their form like you think they would. And we could probably get our team to finish 3rd. It's insane to think about, but it obviously won't be that easy. So we're definitely going to try to put on the best remaining races of the season as we can. So definitely something interesting to think about, and we'll just kind of see how the rest of the season plays out in that manner. But yeah, good day today. I'll take it. Ooh, baby. The rivalry is still heated between myself and Ricciardo, but we're winning. We need 2 more RTG to win, so we got to 83 RTG, which is awesome. You pretty much did the same for me and Charles, but to each their own. So Racecraft is now 85, Awareness at 83, Pace to 84, and Focus 81, and 83 RTG. Hells yeah. We're almost at 71 experience. God dang. Our recognition has now went from 55 to 56. So we get to that 60% ahead of Ricardo. We can get that secret upgrade. I think we might be able to, but we'll just kind of have to see if we can. I think we can. And specialist, got the power unit 1, got the strategy 1, wind tunnel. We got him to level 3. Wow. So we got a new perk from him. What's the new perk we get? Let's see. Double the effectiveness of the previous perk. Okay. I guess we'll have to see which one that is, but hell yeah. A lot of good things. Back home once more. And now we're heading into the final leg of the season, and the rotors came in. Let's fucking go. So we have this. So Singapore is the last race before we have a 3-week break and then go into another triple header. But messages, contract. Yeah, we're exceeding our targets. So wind tunnel. So we have our level 3. So double the effect of the previous perks. So our arrow upgrade time will now be reduced by 30%, and our arrow component cost will be reduced by 30% as well with our wind tunnel engineer. Let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. We also have 1,000 resource points. We could try to put that into something. Because with the engine upgrade, that now puts us second best on engine, so. And going to a place like Singapore, there's like no doubt that we're gonna do good there. So I do want to get some more upgrades on the car for aerodynamics, but I also want this roll dampers as well. But I know I can only pick one because I only have enough for one. So we'll go on ahead and get the redesigned brake ducts, which will come in after Singapore. So we'll get those, which will unlock the wing mirrors, DRS activation mechanism, and the front wing end plates. We'll get that. Should put us ahead of Mercedes if they don't get any upgrades in before Coda. And yeah, I'm just barely off getting this. I would get it. But yeah, so hopefully the 2 upgrades that Ricardo has in after Singapore will come in as well. And hopefully we'll have enough to get the roll dampers because I want to contribute somewhat to the chassis at least. So, and then engine, don't really need to do much. But when we get more for Aero, we're going to try to mainly focus on that for season 2. But that's also if regulation changes come in, because I know that was one of the main talking points as of right now. And Ricardo's just focusing on durability. I mean, thank you, Ricardo, for focusing so much on durability, but I mean, god dang. There's a reason why, like, not every single component is, like, at 60% after, like, a fourth of the season's done already. But, yeah, so these upgrades should definitely put us ahead of Aston and Mercedes and close to McLaren, theoretically speaking. But, yeah, so that is gonna do it for me today. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification down below for more. Next race is Singapore Grand Prix, one of my all-time favorite tracks. We've been super successful there in the past. We'll try to do the exact same thing again this time, or next time around. We'll just have to see how everything kind of goes. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much. My name is Chris. I'm out. I'll see you later. Stay. Peace out. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. I love you guys oh so very much, and goodbye.